Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to come on here today and make a really quick video. Sorry that I'm like super low energy today. I'm like running around everywhere and I have to actually, I'm giving myself like 10 minutes to film because I have to be somewhere right after this. All right, so for today's video, it's based off of a quote that inspired me, and this is, your diet is not only what you eat, it's what you watch, what you listen to, what you read, the people you hang around. Be mindful of the things you put into your body emotionally, spiritually, and physically. So, with that being said, I just wanted to tell you guys a really quick story about a place that I used to be in my past where I felt like this like negative consumption really affected me. So this was before my self-help journey even began. This was before I was 21. Basically, I was in a relationship at the time where I just became extremely complacent. And I became complacent in the job that I was working. I became complacent in like just every category of my life. And maybe because also the person I was with was very ambitious and they had a lot of goals and they were successful, and I didn't really have any of my own ambition. I didn't have any ambition or goals really at the time. Again, before any self-help journey, before anything like that. So basically I kind of like caught myself in that moment because I was like chilling on my bed, scrolling through Tumblr, and I love Tumblr and I still go on Tumblr, but I was just like scrolling and scrolling for like who knows how long. Like I was just realizing how much time I'm spending on Tumblr. And really, if you haven't been on Tumblr before, it's like basically I was just looking at photos of like models, fashion, beauty. Like it's kind of like being on Pinterest, but maybe a little bit less inspirational. But I was just realizing that that's all that I was consuming. I wasn't reading books, I wasn't listening to podcasts, I wasn't watching YouTube videos. I was just consuming my time with like scrolling through Tumblr. I again didn't have really any goals or any ambitions. It was like 9 to 5. On the weekends I go out and party, I drink. During the week is like I filled my time with like drama and gossip and reality TV shows and all of these things. And basically, yeah, that's when I realized like I'm gonna fall so far behind, and this person that I'm dating, I'm like, they're just gonna excel and they're gonna pass me because they're on their own self-help journey and they're just gonna keep growing and growing, and I'm just gonna stay complacent. And that's not why I started my self-help journey, but it did like give me that little like aha moment, like, girl, better start. So yeah, I basically just wanted to stress that whatever we're putting in, we are getting out. So just being really mindful of what we're consuming. So I was just gonna share with you guys basically what I do to ensure that the time that I spend right now is just like quality, and everything that I'm taking in is quality. Everything I'm consuming is quality, and then everything that I'm getting out for the most part is quality. So basically I'm just very mindful of how I spend my time and what I take in. Any time that I have the chance, like in between when I'm driving, it's like for the most part I'm not listening to music. Not that there's anything wrong with like listening to like top 40s or rap or anything like that, but if that's all that I'm listening to, I just don't feel that it's a positive influence on me. So always listening to my positive podcasts in between car rides or listening to inspirational YouTube videos. I don't watch television and I don't have Netflix, and I'm not saying that you have to get rid of those things, but I'm just saying that like just being mindful of like watching reality TV shows and just like, I don't know, I personally, I just don't like to escape in other people's worlds. Like I don't like to live vicariously through people because I just want to be so present in my own life. So that's why I'm not a fan of like fictional books or television, and it's very hard for me to get into those things unless it's something that's going to benefit me and like feed my soul. And for me personally, reality TV show is not going to be a positive influence on me or feed my soul. And again, I don't want to have to feel like I'm like escaping into something else, because I just want to really enjoy my life and be bettering my life instead of like contributing by just like watching other people. And again, that's not to say that you have to completely cut it out. It could just be like something that you want to minimize maybe, or just like be aware of. I would definitely say being aware of screen time. If you have an iPhone, you can check your screen time. I was devastated when I saw how much time I spend on Instagram. So if I ever say, you know, oh, I don't have time for this, I'm like, actually I do. I have about an hour to 2 hours, because that's what I was doing, spending it on Instagram. And that's another thing, is like just scrolling through our explore pages. It's literally a vortex. Like it like sucks you in and you can't stop scrolling, and then you click on like the next person and you're like viewing all these people. And again, in small doses that can be okay, but if you're just constantly scrolling and looking at these like celebrities and successful people and this, that, whatever, to an extent it's inspirational, but I don't really find it's like beneficial at all, and I don't find that consumption is really going to bring anything good out. The people that you're spending time with, I'm very selective with who I spend my time with, and it's not in a way that's like entitled or anything like that. It's just that I feel that I really need to be careful about what I'm like bringing in. So I just make sure that the time that I'm spending, the people that I'm spending my time with are people that are like feeding my soul, and we're benefiting off of each other, and we're helping each other grow, and we're encouraging, and all that type of thing. Like, I just have no tolerance at all for gossip or for drama, because there's so many more important things that there's just like, seriously, there's no time for that. Like, who has time to talk about other people? Who has time to, like, what's the point of like sitting around judging other people, gossiping about them, because it makes us feel better about ourselves? Like, if anything, that reveals a really deep insecurity within ourselves, right? So and at the end of the day, after you're done doing that, you really don't feel good about yourself. Maybe you have a high for a minute, but you really don't feel good about yourself after. So just like not spending that time like gossiping with people or engaging with people that are gossiping, and just any of that like negativity that's just like on a loop. And then of course having that quiet time. So for me, I'm trying to make sure that I have like an hour to 2 hours of quiet time, where that would be like meditation, spending time with God, whatever it is for you. But yeah, instead of just like having quiet time and going and like watching a reality TV show, it's like, what can we do that's actually going to like feed our soul? Because again, what we're putting in is what we're getting out. And obviously the same thing with like reading, listening to podcasts, inspirational YouTube videos, all of these things. So these are the ways that I spend my time. I know that to some people it may be hard to understand, like when I don't want to go out, and I don't really, like, I like to go to events sometimes, but I don't really have a desire to like be partying or drinking or like doing these types of things, because I just want to do things that are feeding my soul and really making me feel good. And maybe that makes you feel good, but I'm just saying, whatever you're putting in, you're getting out. Even if, let's say, we're doing something that's positive like 10% of the time. So let's say we have throughout our entire day, let's say we spend our day like speaking to people that are gossiping, or just like watching these like mindless like reality TV shows and scrolling through Instagram and like fighting with people on Facebook and like arguing with people on Instagram comments, doing all these things. And then we read like a chapter of a positive book, which is a good start to, you know, to start that. But at the same time, like, what outweighs what? There's a very small influence of 10% on you, and the 90% is like everything else that you're consuming. But yeah, this is what works for me. This is what makes me happy. It just makes me happy to spend my time like this, and it always just helps me to grow and evolve and just become better all around. So I really just wanted to put that out there, just to be very mindful of like, what am I actually doing with these hours in my day? Who am I allowing to influence me? What am I allowing to get into my mind and my spirit and my soul and my body? So again, it's not just about the food. It's not just about drinking water and eating healthy and exercising. It's about everything else, because everything else is our diet. So yeah, that's it for today. I just wanted to come on here and just talk about that. And thank you guys for liking my videos and subscribing to my channel and clicking the bell notifications and visiting me on Instagram. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.